Hey everyone, this is DyanaRozay. Welcome to my channel. I have a recap and commentary for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 2, Episode 5. You guys, this was a 10 out of 10. So please hit the like, subscribe, and your notification bell. That way others can find me on YouTube. Follow me on IG, TikTok, and Facebook because I post over there too. Thank you to all my new subscribers and every single one of y'all who come over and support me by watching my videos. I appreciate every single one of you for rocking with me. So let's get started. So the scene picks up exactly where they left off. Without anyone knowing about it, Brittany has set up an intervention between her little brother, little Jamie, her parents, and her grandmother. Things haven't been right between the family since Big Jamie and Little Jamie almost came to blows at Jason's party. Anyway, when Brittany's parents and grandmother come into her house, little Jamie freezes, like he does not want it. You can see that he just shuts completely down. They joke with Brittany just a little bit, like we knew you were up to something. However, they get right into it. Big Jamie tells his son, I don't like where you are right now, but I know that I have something to do with that. Then Grandma chimes in and she said, listen, I worry about you. And she starts to cry a little bit, and that breaks little Jamie down because his grandma is his heart. Then Irena says, listen, your text messages about your mental health and not wanting to be here anymore, it scares me. Now, little Jamie is sitting there with his head held low, but Big Jamie takes this as an opportunity to give him an ultimatum. He says, either go to therapy or you can get all of your stuff out of my house and don't come back. Now, little Jamie cannot take the pressure, so he gets up and he walks out. In confessional, he said that what was going on at that moment made him feel so low that he felt beneath the earth. Then Brittany chases after her brother and she tries to have a one-on-one with him. She said, listen, anytime you're hurt, we're all affected. What's going on with you is hard for all of us. Then Brittany is joined by her parents and grandmother, and Big Jamie tells his son, listen, I may not be communicating this right, but the therapy is for all of us. And when they let him know that they need to heal as a family, little Jamie agrees to go to therapy. And you guys, this boy wept like a baby. He cried in his sister's arms, his mama and daddy's arms, and Big Jamie wept too. Hell, so did I, okay? Everybody was crying. So next scene. So you guys, Winter is prepping for a romancipation party, which is a new term for divorce party. You guys remember that iconic scene from RHOA when Sheree got into a fight with her party planner for not being able to secure a helicopter. Who's going to check me, boo? Well, Winter's only giving the people some cocktails and finger food, so we don't have to worry about that. But she needs Sherelle's help to help the other members of the cast get to the party. Because right now, Ashley, Irena, and I think even Ashley's best friend want nothing to do with her. Anyways, Sherelle tells her that if she gets a chance to speak to Ashley one-on-one, she might have a chance of winning her over. She said, the two of you have a lot in common. Irena, on the other hand, not so much. Then Sherelle said that she had a bone to pick with Irena. Number one, she doesn't appreciate her trying to bring joy to her fitness event. And number two, she doesn't appreciate her spreading that Joy called her husband shady. She says she don't play about her husband, and she's going to have to meet with Irena and Joy in order to get some clarity. And that's how that scene ends. Next, we get Ashley and DJ Quick at home. The city is naming a street after Quick, so they do a little small talk about all the great things they have going on. And then Quick tells Ashley that he's upset with her for not telling him that their son was suspended. Then Ashley said, well, I thought it was a joke when he told me, and she was serious as a heart attack. So Quick calls his son Antonio downstairs, and he said, tell me what happened. Antonio said that he left his coat on the table and walked away. When he came back, somebody swiped it. They put it in their book bag or some kind of bag. And when he asked for it back, the kid wouldn't give it to him, so they ended up tussling. Quick tells his son to think before he reacts next time. He said, listen, he could have had drugs or a gun in that bag, and things could have gone much worse for you. And that's a fact. But I don't like that he didn't tell him what he should have done instead, because if he didn't stand up for himself, then he would be a mark for whatever and whoever wanted next. So in the next scene, Joy begrudgingly meets up with Sherelle. They're at a little bar or something. Nobody orders drinks. She just comes in, sits down, And Joy says this is awkward because she really doesn't want to be there. Sheree says, where do you want to start? And Joy says, I don't have an issue with you. Now, Sheree called the meeting, so she should definitely start, but she says, well, I didn't have an issue with you until Irena brought back that you were talking mess about my husband. She said you called him shady. Joy said, I called him selfish and inconsiderate, not shady. In confessional, Joy said, no, I didn't use the word shady. However, the mother effer is shady. Sheree tells Joy to put it all on the table so that she can clear up any beef that she has with her husband. Joy said, I don't want to play this middleman with you. I'd rather speak to you and your husband because I knew him before you. Sheree said, well, I know him now. And they went back and forth on that one for a hot little second. Then Joy was like, listen, when we were all in the band together, we had 2 band members that quit the group and left us hanging. We ended up auditioning 2 new members who took us to the next level. Because of them, we had nationwide notoriety. But then your husband fired them so that he can bring the 2 old members back and they could ride on their coattails, basically. When the band opposed, or when she opposed, then Black said, if I can't have it my way, then I'm leaving too. Long story short, they ended up losing all the ingredients for the mambo sauce, okay? Then Joy says, what exactly is it that you want from me, Sheree? Because you and your husband can kick rocks. Sheree said, I can't be in a place with you knowing that you talked about my husband the way Irena says you did. Joy looks at her and said, things were definitely lost in translation. Then she gets up, tells her to take care, and she walks out. In confessional, Joy said that Sheree's clarity is not her concern, and I 100% agree. Sheree is doing too much. Their beef preceded you, and if you truly wanted clarity, you would make sure your husband was at the table. Next up, Big Jamie and son meet with Dr. Cunningham. Little Jamie says that he is nervous because he doesn't just open up to anyone. But you could tell that he was definitely open to getting help because when Dr. Cunningham was asking him questions, he was talking. Dr. Cunningham asks, why are you guys here? And Big Jamie tells him that they have a strained relationship and that very recently they almost got into a fisticuffs. Little Jamie shared that it all started when he sent a text message to his dad asking if he could help him pay a speeding ticket. Big Jamie said, well, he has enough money to pay for his lifestyle. Why not his responsibilities? He also didn't like that his son told him his girlfriend is the one who holds him down. And it escalated into a big screaming match. When the doctor asked him why, Big Jamie said, because I was mad and I had a few drinks. Then Doc said, I'm not going to let you use that as an excuse, which had little Jamie perk up like a kid in a candy store, okay? Then Big Jamie said, well, I don't know if I told you, but I'm a retired police officer, which means I'm big on discipline. But Doc says, listen, you're still accountable for how you deliver information. You're the oldest. And he told little Jamie that he's getting in his own way and that he's responsible for himself. And this is exactly what both of them needed, a true mediator, because they manipulate the rest of the family to see things their way. Then Big Jamie shares that his son sends his mother text messages saying that he doesn't want to be here anymore. Doc asks, how long has it been since you felt this way? Little Jamie said, oh, a long time ago. It's been a while. He went, give me an exact time. He said, about a month. Doc said, a month is very recent. And then he asked what happened to make him get into this space. He says, I don't know. I don't have gas money or food or, things just aren't going right. Now, Big Jamie is a little surprised and maybe heartbroken to hear this because I don't think he's ever seen his son this vulnerable. I think that he's always saw him as weak and just needing to toughen up. In confessional, he said that he didn't realize that those things that seemed like small stuff to him overwhelmed little Jamie, and that he'll work on remembering that because he might perpetuate the very things he's depressed about, right? Anyway, Doc kicks Dad out the room so that he can have a one-on-one with little Jamie, and he tells him that if you feel like you don't want to be here again, to give me a call. He also tells him that he can see his way through this, but it's going to be hard work, and he asks him to commit to it, and Jamie does. They get up, they shake hands, they even hug a little bit, which I found surprising. Then little Jamie meets his dad in the waiting room. He reminds the doc that he needs his phone number in case, he needs to make that call. And Doc says, you guys, I don't have any cards, but I will definitely give your dad my phone number and he will be sure to give it to you. Now, I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe it was because they were filming, but either way, it did show that little Jamie was excited about getting help, and that is what counts here. So, in confessional, Big Jamie said he's happy that him and his son are getting the help they need, and if he can get his relationship squared away with him, that his relationship with his wife would be much better. And she nodded her head. The last scene is the street naming ceremony for Quicksilver, and it's also his birthday. Everyone is in attendance except for Winter. We got Sheree and Black, the Tylers, Joy and Clifton. The mayor actually gives a speech honoring Quick and renames Shadyside Road to Quicksilver Way. Then Quick gets up to accept and say a few words, but he is very emotional. But he gets it together though, and when all is done, that is when Sheree springs into action with the shenanigans. Now the whole group is in a huddle, and Sheree just stares at Irena and starts talking. She said, I want to clear the air. You need to be careful about the words you speak over people's husbands and marriages. Now the whole group is giving Sheree their undivided attention, but Irena said, oh, so you're talking to me. And Irena was cool as a cucumber, okay? Like she was on ready. So she was either tipped off by Joy or 25 years of being married to Big Jamie has kept her on her toes. But Sheree continues, and she has her husband Black standing right beside her. In fact, his arm is wrapped around her shoulder, okay? She said, you told me that Joy called my husband Shady, and she never said that. Shady is an effed up word. Irena, who is dressed in head-to-toe designer, including her shades and her chic little bob, said, Shady is the word that describes your husband. No takesies, backsies, and I said what I said. Now, this caused Sheree to get loud, and she started talking fast and over-talking Irena. She was like, nuh-uh, you don't even know him like that. But Irena was meeting her where she was at, and they both kept putting their hands in each other's personal space. Then Quicksilver made a feeble attempt to break it up. He was like, no, not here. And baby, when I tell you that those two women kept over talking him like he was invisible, then Ashley moved him out the way, thank goodness, because it was embarrassing. Her attempts to shut it down was just as feeble, but they at least heard her. Because Irena told Ashley to let me say what I have to say. Then Irena repeats, Joy told me that your husband was unethical and untrustworthy. And shady means the same goddamn thing. And it also means dishonest. Do you need to look it up and find out what the word means? Now, Sheree's goal was to check Irena or to intimidate her a little bit. She failed. But Black ends up pulling her out of the huddle while she's screaming over at Irena, you need to check yourself. And then Irena screams back, that's why nobody liked your ass. And Sheree said, do you think I give a F about who likes me? And that's how it ends. Unethical, untrustworthy, dishonest, they all mean shady. So I don't think she won here, but you guys talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Hit the like, subscribe, and your notification bells, and I will check you all on the next one.